Why, hello there. Do you enjoy shirts to put on your body? Custom character sheets to put in your D&D notes? Varian maps to put on your wall? Cool buttons to put on your lots of other stuff? All of the amazing merch for QPR and Goblins and Growlers can be found at Alpha Comics and Games, located in the Willow Lawn Shopping Center in Richmond, Virginia. Come check us out.
I was completely distracted by more opportunities for cork noise.
No more opportunities for cork noise. Corks are banned until further notice.
Put a cork in it.
All right, well,
And
you
then
do
take
need
it out.
to DM the rest of the show.
Well, yeah. So once the cork is in there, just take it right back out. Oh, hold on. Almost.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
Well, howdy, listener. Welcome to the Daily Crier Listening Show. Still doing our best to bring all the news in Varian and beyond. Well, right to you. The party is confronted in the town streets by a trio calling themselves the Golden Dragons. Bounty hunters looking to bring them to justice.
There's airflow beyond this wall.
Good. With a mixture of disregarding, distracting, and disappearing, the party made it out of this one as Boat faked a tremorous trauma, and the rest of the party raised chaos before making their escape. Now back on the road, the question of where to go and how to get there safely lingers in, well, probably some of their heads.
How do you always know so much about these people?
Well, I try not to question certain aspects of my time at Daily Crier. Even when the answers are easy, they're far from simple.
You're speaking cryptically. Again.
Well, it's like there's a voice, or voices. See, then I write down what they say and read it back as notes. That's just how it's been.
That deserves further questioning. But for now, help me with
Wait,
this
that could be a
trap.
Trapped.
Why would someone trap an exit?
To keep something in.
I have bandages for your wound.
Listeners, watch over each other and y'all take care now.
So after your misadventures in Haunted and very cleverly ducking the Golden Dragon bounty hunter gang, very cleverly. Yeah, see, Brandon's nodding. Josh is looking at me incredulously. You're going to travel across the land bridge. As I said, discussing what your disguises will be so that you are not constantly accosted by bounty hunters. Have you guys reached any conclusions on that?
I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to play to type or play against type. Because if I want to play to type, I could dress myself up as a carnival strongman, essentially, with like a big handlebar mustache, like a striped tank top situation.
How are you going to grow a mustache that fast?
It would be a fake mustache.
Isn't around here somewhere where the camp for Nell's Raiders was?
Not terribly far.
Okay. I'm trying to keep that present in mind, since Solinar thinks they could be a valuable asset in evading and or shaking off bounty hunters.
You'd be surprised at how fast you can grow a mustache, Boat. It's a magical world. See? Look at this. I'm going to concentrate real hard, and then I'm also going to put some of this hand cream on my face. Mustache!
Are you rolling for mustache?
If you let me.
Yes, you can roll for mustache.
What kind of roll is that?
I bless myself. I got 13.
At first I was like, how the hell is this supposed to work in universe? And then I gave it a moment's thought, and I'm like, if one divine domain is going to have mustache growing powers. It's going to be soon.
It's gonna be soon.
While you are not able to grow a mustache as full and glorious as your hair, you kind of get like a little peach fuzz going on. Like 14-year-old that's just stopped shaving kind of peach fuzz.
Josh, it's okay, man. You can also
Nah.
Yeah. Somebody else go first with their
30
costume.
or something. So Johannes has the little peach fuzz, and then he's like, "Great!" And everything else I'm keeping the same. And Sparkles go, and he's got this. He's got his overalls, and he's got his bun up inside of this big sun hat, and whatever the heck else I talked about. I think one of those overalls is missing a leg.
Do you mean a button?
And a button, but it has another button that's been attached, and it's got a cat on it, and it says, "Wow." Or maybe it says "Mom." I might have it upside down.
Never change. I love you so much. All right.
Solinar has already changed out of his Talarian clothes and into his Alarian clothes. And then, here's the real game changer for you folks. He takes off his black cloak, and he puts that in his bag. And then he takes out and puts on his brown cloak, and he pulls the hood up. And we're done.
Whoa, who the heck are you?
I know, right?
I'm gonna throw a yam at you in confusion.
No, I'm Solinar. Stop aiming that yam.
Oh no,
Ralanos.
I already let it go.
No, not rolling us. All right, Koza.
Koza has found another burlap sack, like the one that they were going to use over their heads, but like a really big one. Now he's found one that's even bigger, so he looks like a sheet ghost, except for a burlap sack.
So you're a boo ghost. You're a burlap boo ghost.
Yeah.
Do I still have the clown costume?
Do you?
I mean, it's still in my inventory. I know I used the rat costume. I don't think I used the clown costume.
I don't believe you did use the clown costume.
Well, then you still have it.
Sounds like we have an answer then. Conveniently enough, sewn into the back of this clown costume is a small, like white clown makeup kit, a clown nose, and some clown hair.
And a medallion that has a running man with a butcher's knife.
Yeah.
So
our audience has accused us of being total clown shoes sometimes, and now like Boat's really taken it to heart.
I love the idea of Boat walking through the woods in clown shoes that go hurt, 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 hurt every time he takes a step.
I took the squeaks out of the shoes.
I was gonna say we do that for like 30 minutes, and then Boat's like, "I'm gonna remove these."
Oh, I take the squeaks and I put them in my shield.
So when you shield bash, it's just like honk.
Yeah. I put one in each shield, and then I probably will throw those away because Sound Guy will not want to edit that every time I use my shield.
No, the funny thing about these squeaks is they actually make a cork noise.
No, they do not.
Yeah, here, let me take them out. You're right.
It's when you...
Oh, they're stuck. Oh, super stuck. Wait. Got it.
There you go.
No, absolutely not. All right. You're going to pull aside for the night and build a camp. All of you are kind of taking a moment to sort of reflect and plan your next move, I guess. Solinar, you're going to have sort of the map out, and you're going to kind of be looking and planning where y'all are going next.
I'm still torn on going to this fort.
Grayscar?
Yeah. It's like, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. It's a regular place that I would expect the Alarian Knights to at least check out. But will they be there? I don't know. And if they're not there, is that going to be a problem for us? I don't know.
But what do you think? Johannes? Koza?
I don't have a better solution right now. All I know is we need to keep ourselves kind of off the main roads and be on the DL here for a little bit.
So, we could go to... No matter what, we're going to hit up Stratton because we're going to need to resupply. Then we can either go west to Fort Grayscar or just straight north and skip Fort Grayscar. And then pretty much universally after that, we're going to need to go to Aisling Glen, then Oakmell, then we'll be back at the Glade.
Wish we could fast travel.
Do you not remember that you can?
Oh yeah, we got that rock, don't we?
Isn't that one time only though?
Yeah, it breaks when you use it.
Well, yeah, but like, you can hang on to something like that forever, waiting for the perfect time to use it, or you could use it.
Brandon over here calling out how I use items in RPGs.
Me too.
Is this a Brandon argument or a boat argument?
This is a meta argument at the moment.
Okay, so from a meta standpoint, we are going to the Boris Empire, which hates our guts, to do a thing that they will hate our guts for even more.
I say
If
do it.
there is a better time to use this item than that, I cannot think of it. It sure as hell is not when we're halfway there already.
Do it twice.
We've got a bunch of bounty hunters coming after us. If only there was some sort of item duplication glitch we could exploit.
Well, I mean, usually, like, if the game, like, needs you to have an item for a specific purpose, it's probably just gonna, like, spawn a new one if you use it too soon.
Or it won't let us take it out of our quest inventory.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, try to use it and see if it
Yeah,
works.
let's try to use it. Then
Guys,
we'll have our
I'm a
answer.
DM. I'm not a PlayStation.
What we should do,
Be quiet, Todd Howard.
What we should do is drop the item and then drop some gold at the same time, which kind of pauses, like as you're picking the gold to drop, it pauses the item in midair. And then before the item hits the ground, you pick it up again. And that'll cause is the gold drops, but then it immediately turns into the item because the game universe hasn't picked up yet that the item hit the ground. So
Oh
the
my
item still
god,
has to
I
hit the
knock
ground.
on the door to the castle. I knock.
We're not there.
Yeah,
You guys
all right.
You guys are camping.
Clearly, there's some feelings that are running really high on the
All right,
use
so
of our
clearly
magic
that means
rock.
Johannes is asleep
yeah.
and is dreaming about knocking on this door to this castle.
I wake
think-
up. I had a dream.
Let's get to Castle Grayskull, and we'll figure out what we want to do there. We'll be able to sit down and sort of have a reasonable discussion and get an idea how easily we'll be able to get to the glade. So I don't have the map in front of me, but I'm thinking really hard about what it looks like. So we're close. Are we close to the Banana Sea or the Banana Cove?
You are at the apex of the Crescent Sea.
Okay. Nanner Bay, that's what I called it.
Yes. Yes. So if this is the bay, you guys are here.
Right. And how far off the coast is the glade?
Significantly, it's like center to the continent.
So we would not help ourselves if we just much like going down going down the fairway in a golf course by sailing out to where we need to go and then making a 90-degree turn across the continent on foot at that point.
I'm trying to figure out what you're asking me.
If we sail on the ocean to a point at the coast that is perpendicular to the glade, and then we walk overland to the glade, perpendicular to the main road where everybody's going to expect to see us. It'll be a lot of woodland travel, but it'll be very low profile.
Where are we gonna get a boat?
I knock
one
on
problem
this
at a
castle
time.
door.
Yeah, guys, the closest port is Miller's Port, which is almost already at Oakmell.
Well, what if there's a fisherman or something who's got a boat out here that we could borrow?
I mean,
Yeah.
Stratton isn't on the bay.
We're gonna rush out, swim out into the ocean, find some fisherman, steal his boat, and just row our way to Miller's Port.
Look,
Let's go.
We'll hitch it to Stronky. Stronky can swim it.
Look, I don't want anybody going around shaming anybody for having ideas. An ideation session is to come up with alternatives. They don't all have to be home runs.
Right.
Don't idea shame.
What I'm saying is that skipping Fort Grayskull makes a moderate amount of sense, unless there's an Alarian knight there. In which case, one, they might have magic powerful enough to get us to the glade faster, or two, they might be able to offer us some sort of escort so that the bounty hunters that are after us will stop being after us, because they'll be like, oh, we're not going to mess with an Alarian knight. Are you kidding me? The only reason I see that as a potential downfall is if Fort Greyscar has been in contact with Talarian officials, but not with Alarian knights, then they might be like, oh, these criminals. I'll be like, no, we have paperwork. And they'll be like, yeah, paperwork can be forged.
No, I had a dream. We gotta go knock on this castle door.
All right. I'm willing to be persuaded in either direction, quite frankly. I'm very torn on this.
That's a goal. Let's just go. Let's just do that. That is our goal now, and we'll figure out the next step there.
Okay.
You tuck in for the night and go to sleep, dreaming of the Fort Greyscar, the bounty hunters that are after you, and what awaits you as you get deeper into the continent of Alaria. You wake up, the morning is balmy, everything's comfortable, you can smell the sea air. You're able to pack up and travel without much incident. You're going to be traveling long enough that you're able to see Stratton on the horizon. Is there anything that you guys want to do while you're in civilization?
We probably should stock up on some extra costumes so we can change things up. So nobody is able to track us.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You think like I should have like a green cloak.
Or maybe a wig. Or some sunglasses or something.
I don't know that there's a lot of wigs or sunglasses in Stratton. I mean, we can ask. It is a trading town, but that's a gamble, my friend.
Maybe some sort of face-concealing clothing. Maybe we could all pretend to be dragon priests.
Hey,
and all of us put masks over our face.
I've been doing the face mask thing since Cinderdale.
Yes.
But yes, maybe more of those could be good. Though
Yeah.
we will look a lot like a roving gang of bandits, so we'll have to be careful to like wave very cheerfully at anybody going by.
That's another thing. We also might want to consider traveling in two groups rather than one, because they're looking for 5 people.
They are looking for 5 people, but we've had this conversation before, and I don't like the idea of splitting us up, because though they are looking for a group of 5, that doesn't mean they can't recognize us as less, and getting picked up because we were a group of 2 who couldn't defend ourselves is a lot worse than being slightly more recognizable as a group of 5.
I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
No, it's 5, and then maybe 2 and 3. But I'm going in this town, and I'm going to buy some sunglasses.
Excellent choice.
All right. So you all enter Stratton, which you remember as being known as the last Alarian town. You find Barrister Goods and Trade yet again, the small trading outpost that had many odd odds and ends and gadgets. Johannes, you're going to enter in. The door will chime a little bit. There'll be a person there that you don't remember having seen before. A sort of bored-looking teenage girl, human. She's gonna kind of like look up as soon as you're there and then return to the book that she was reading. Welcome to Barrister Goods and Trade. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Hello, bored-looking teenage girl who's reading. And human.
Hello, obnoxious-looking halfling who is a halfling.
Makes me kind of a quarterling if I'm 2 halflings. Or maybe it makes me a fulling. I'm gonna find sunglasses, thank you.
Yeah, we have a display over there, and she's gonna point to a tower display with dozens of different shapes and colors of sunglasses.
Whoa.
Everything from oversized tortoise shells to like rosy, like half moon glasses to those like John Lennon-esque specs with blue lenses.
Ooh. Do any of these have carvings in them so that they kind of look like some like they're sunglasses, but they have like maybe like little tiny lines in them that make them look like something else?
Like bifocals?
Ooh,
Are you
maybe
talking about shutter shades? Are you looking for shutter shades?
I wasn't before, but heck yeah, I am now.
All right. So you find a pair of shutter shades carved entirely out of tortoise shell.
Yeah. And then, is there anyone shinier? Is there a shinier pair of this?
You find a pair made of abalone shell.
Whoa. I don't know what that is. Abalone. Yeah. Whoa. So shiny.
It was the shiniest thing I could think of that wasn't a metal.
I love it. Okay. I love them. I'm taking these, I'm bringing them. Hello. I'm going to purchase for these sunglasses, please.
10 silver, please.
Here, that's a gold piece. Here you go.
Oh, well, that's mine now. Thank you.
Thank you. And these are now mine.
So you put on your shutter shades and head back out into the town.
Man, I love transactions. They make me feel very nice.
They release the dopamine.
Yeah. And then I put on my new sunglasses, and I also I got my sun hat, I've got my overalls, and if it's getting a little nippy, I could even put a scarf on.
All right, Boat, are you still dressed as a clown?
Yes.
So as you walk into the town of Stratton, there's going to be a small gaggle of children that is going to surround you, excitedly demanding things like balloon animals and slide whistle sounds.
How about juggling? You kids like juggling?
Yeah!
All right. So, Boat
Game, feel free to multiply that in post so it sounds like a terrifying chorus of demon children.
Boat reaches into his bag of clown supplies that were sewed into the costume and pulls out 3 balls and starts juggling them.
Wonderful. Roll for juggling.
Is that going to be performance or dexterity?
I will say performance, just because I'm not a monster.
18.
You are able not only to juggle the juggling balls that you have, but the children are able to throw things at you, and you are able to incorporate it into your juggling.
And now I put a couple of the balls back in my pocket and juggle 1 ball plus some of the things they're throwing me. And I reach over with my left hand behind one of the kids' ears and produce a gold coin. Yeah! And then I flip the coin on my thumb down the street.
The children are going to run off after the coin.
Mm-hmm. And then I put the other ball in my pocket and I go to the store.
This kind of makes you out to be like a villain in a Dickens novel, but we're just going to sail right past
I did
that.
not ask those children to steal for me, nor did I keep them in the basement of my orphanage, churning a mill. So I think we're good.
It's true. He had other people churn his milk.
I like where that's going. Koza, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm walking through some spooky alleys in my outfit.
Kosa's just trying to get mugged.
No, I'm a ghost.
Oh,
He's a
right.
spooky
That's
burlap
right.
ghost.
You're
What time of
burlap
day is
ghost.
Like midday.
You're wearing burlap.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna peer in some windows, open some doors that happen to be closets in people's houses.
You are going to look into one window in particular and hear an ear-splitting shriek.
Oh, sorry.
And then a pile of dishes being dropped. All right, just for my knowledge as the DM, Chapman, is Koza intentionally trying to appear as a spooky ghost, or is he just being a weirdo?
Look, sometimes you gotta dress for the job you want.
That's why I go to work dressed as Batman.
So, I don't know how to unpack that. There's so much there.
Yeah, so Kosa's just chilling out, just, yeah. Don't worry
Being
about
a
it.
spooky burlap ghost.
Well, he's got to check things out, make sure there's nobody in town looking for him.
A burlap ghost is like the poorest ghost. The next step is like a ghost, but they're a barrel with suspenders or something.
All right.
2 holes drilled in the side.
Yeah.
right. So, Solinar, what about you, buddy?
Solinar's gonna stop off at, I guess, the general store. Probably heading in after making sure that everything's secure and looking right. Heading in shortly after Johannes is heading out and being like, "Oh, sunglasses. I guess Boat was right. You really can get all kinds of things in this town." As he steps into the store, he's just gonna kind of like just small wave at the bored-looking teenage girl, and then just start like rummaging around in the rear of the building, looking for either a nice green cloak or a fanciful hat.
You are going to find both of those things. There's going to be a crushed velvet cloak that is a deep forest green, and a jaunty purple hat that contains not one, not two, but 3 long feathers.
Solinar just looks at the hat, and he gets this like very sour look on his face, like he hates this hat. And then he takes the hat and the cloak to the counter, and he's like, "How much for this cloak and this hat?"
She looks up. "Sir, you can't be in here. We do not allow clowns."
What?
Clowns really, like, stress me out.
Well, here's the deal. I'm trying to buy something so I could stop being a clown.
I don't like a self-help book.
No. Due to a set of unfortunate circumstances, I was required to wear this so I did not get arrested for indecent exposure. So I have come to the first shop on my path since that incident, hoping to buy a fresh set of clothing so I can stop being a clown.
Okay, but, like, I'm watching you, so don't pull any funny business.
I have absolutely no desire to pull any funny business. I just threw money at some children to get them to go away because they were asking me to perform.
Okay.
Do you have it?
So,
go ahead.
No, I was actually going to start ignoring you. So what is your question before I begin that process?
Do you have any balaclavas?
Like the snack with like honey and nuts in it?
No, I'm allergic to that. I mean like the face mask.
Oh, I'd love some of that though.
Like this, she holds up a small jar of clay.
No, like a ski mask kind of situation with like a hole in for the eyes and that's it.
Hold on one second. She's gonna rummage around and you're gonna hear a pair of scissors snip, snip. And she is going to hold up what was very clearly a sock meant for a very large kind of like humanoid.
Like a loxodon?
Like an orc or something.
Goliath
and it is
sock.
going to have 2 eye holes cut like hastily into it.
Have you ever thought to yourself, your head is about the size of a Goliath's calf? I just did.
What color is the sock?
Like sock colored white?
So it's like an athletic sock. Does it have 2 red stripes at the top of it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll take that.
They're compression socks too, so this will not be a pleasant experience.
Okay. So I'll take that. I will take what kind of clothing do they have there?
They're gonna have several kinds of clothing. You see Solinar and his crushed velvet cloak and his very fancy hat.
Mm-hmm.
There's also going to be a couple of racks of things like vests, jerkins, robes, dresses, a couple of separate pieces like skirts and blouses.
Okay. I'm gonna buy a large dress.
All right.
Put that in my pack. I'm gonna buy some white shorts. The shorter the better.
Okay.
All right. Some regular human socks for me that match the sock balaclava that I've got.
Okay.
Do they have like a collared shirt?
Sure.
Do they
Absolutely.
Do they have a tennis racket?
They have something that is akin, but not exactly.
Like pickleball.
It's
Okay.
for badminton.
Yeah.
All right. I will take that. and some balls for that sport as well.
Okay.
Did-
All in all, substitute like 1 gold.
What about athletic shoes?
Those are going to be probably another 50, another like 5 silver.
All right, cool. I'll take the whole kit.
Okay, add tennis disguise.
Yes.
Do you think that like people of a particular profession carry around the identifying item of that profession everywhere they go?
Look, don't shit on my process.
Like, do you think that Gabe is constantly walking around with a mixer board just under his arm?
Have you been around Gabe much?
Yes.
Because
I like that for a second, Gabe, it looked like you were trying to be a musical Cloud Strife.
Just giant keyboard over the shoulder.
Oh, and I'll also get like an athletic headband to go with that as well.
So this teen, this disenchanted teen, is going to feel goosebumps on the back of her neck and look up at the window.
You hear another ear-splitting shriek.
Oh,
But then she
why?
looks back and there's nothing there.
There was like a weird like bag monster watching through the window.
She then like after yelling that to the people and to the store, she then turns like back around, and standing there is Kosa.
Why is Kosa Michael Myersing his way through this town?
Well, you're saying this time he is not a burlap boo ghost.
No. I'm still a burlap boo ghost.
Oh, okay.
And I've actually also I go to get some jelly off like to have, but I accidentally slip and break the jar, and it looks like there's now like some ectoplasm.
So how are you grabbing anything? Do you
Don't
have
worry about it.
Okay, like are you just like
Yeah, just
Don't worry about it.
Just little pinchy sack hands.
But what I am gonna
pinchy
do,
sack hands?
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna see if there's a second sack that I can buy, so I can have a change of clothes. I'm also gonna buy a smaller one, so I have like a summer sack.
Boat, Solinar, you two are witnessing this.
I think we're using the word sack way too much.
No, that guy's chill. He's fine. He's weird, but he's fine.
Okay.
Nope.
Anyway, the hat and the cloak together are gonna be 8 silver.
Okay, great. You said something about honey and nuts and dessert, and I would like that.
Okay. She's going to turn and grab a small box that is a bright yellow color, and it's patterned with honeybees. There is a brown ribbon wrapped around it. That's gonna be 1 silver.
Okay. And Solinar produces, I think, a gold. I don't think he's got 9 silver on him. He produces a gold and is like, here you are.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys need? Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, the 3 of you are kind of freaking me out.
I walk in, a sack of yams.
Wait, so you walk in with a sack of yams, or you walk in and demand a sack of yams?
Wait.
I walk in with a sack of yams, and I say, a sack of yams.
I thought you were already in the store.
No, I went out, but then I was trying to look for you guys, but these glasses made it a little bit difficult to see, but now I've adjusted to them perfectly. Excuse me, do you have, sorry if I'm interrupting your reading.
It's fine.
Do you have spices?
Individually, no, but I do have a spice kit that was brought down from Miller's Port. It's like 4 spices of various like heats.
I'll take it.
So Koza
Right.
saw where it was on the shelf, and he's, like in what is the thing? Is it the Christmas Carol? Where there's
thinking-
the ghost?
Yes, the Christmas Carol has ghosts in it.
Yeah, and he's standing there pointing like the ghost of Christmas past. Or is it Christmas
Christmas
future?
yet to come.
Yet to come. Yeah, towards the shelf with the spices on it.
Thank you, Koza. Nice bag. Can I interest you in a yam?
You stuff one through one of the eye holes.
Yeah. And it makes the cork noise when it goes in.
What bracelet is yam through the eye socket?
Unfortunately, people don't have context because you've hidden that behind a paywall and are now making a joke that has no context.
All right, Gabe, you can go ahead and cut that. Thanks, buddy.
Gabe, keep it. Okay, I'm walking. What do I need to pay you for these spices?
It's gonna be like a silver.
Here you go.
Thanks. Come again.
I will. I'll walk out.
I was being sarcastic. So, like, are you 2, 3? Seriously, is he with you?
Are you talking about the burlap sack ghost?
Well, because, like, you come in and you have a clown and a burlap sack ghost.
Well, yeah, like, that's how traveling performers are.
What's the sack dude's, like, performance?
Fortune telling.
Avant-garde.
Oh, I forgot that Cirque du Soleil was in town.
Nobody knows. It's provocative.
Right. So, like, is there anything else you guys need? Because, like, I won't lie, I've got, like, another 45 minutes in my shift, and I do not want to be dealing with you guys.
No, I'm all set. Thank you very much for all of this. And Solinar sweeps off the brown cloak, sweeps on the crushed velvety green cloak, puts the hat on his head, leaves the hood down, and is like, and with this, I'm on my way. And then he, as he's like leaving, he starts to unwrap the baklava box.
Balaclava, baklava.
I almost said balaclava box, and I was like, that's not what that is.
All right, Boat?
I don't imagine they have a changing room in here.
No.
All right, then I'm going to take my purchases and go find a place to change into them.
So you do find what appears to be some kind of odd public changing room. You're not entirely sure what purpose it's for, but it is a wooden structure about 7 or 8 feet high that's about the size of a phone booth, as, you know, for contextual, not meta purposes, with the door being covered by a single cloth on a bar.
This is very strange just to find.
You should call somebody.
There is no phone in it. You do notice, though, that there seems to be a seat nailed into part of the wall, almost like it was a sauna.
Okay.
And for the record, it's not just like standing in the middle of town. Like you find it adjacent to another building. It's just like, it's not just you walk out and then it was like stalking you.
It just feels like a trap.
It's just in the middle of the street where it wasn't before, as if it were in fact like a mouse trap for Boat.
There's a little note that says definitely not a trap set by bounty hunters.
There's a sack of ham in there.
No, there's gonna be a bounty hunter who's gonna put a stick on a box and put a plate of ham and just like wait in the adjacent bushes with a rope.
Oh no, they know about my scroll of ham scrying. They're trying to use it as a weakness. All right, I'll go in there and I'll change clothes.
So you go in and change your clothes and everything goes normally.
Until the phone starts to ring.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's the burlap sack ghost.
How long are you gonna be in there?
I'm just about done.
Okay, because I needed to try on this other burlap sack.
All right.
Aren't you wearing clothes under it?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can take off his burlap
Are you not wearing clothes
Whoa.
under the sack?
Whoa, you don't need to answer that question. Don't answer that question.
Yeah, as
My
your
client has
lawyer,
no reason to answer that question.
You don't need to answer that question.
I will follow the advice of my lawyers. Thank you.
Excellent.
I walk back into the store. Hey, it's me again. You told me to come back.
So we're gonna be over with Koza and Boat.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the sport? You said it was not tennis, but it was tennis adjacent.
So if you've ever looked back on the original creation of tennis back in like the medieval era,
As you do.
they had something that was pretty much just tennis, but the rackets were significantly smaller and heavier.
What did they call it?
I think it was potentially called tennis. Give me a second.
Sack ball.
Heavy
Not
tennis.
Heavy tennis.
Heavy tennis. That's it.
According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the origin of tennis is
Jeu de paume.
a handball game that is French, but this involves a racket, so it can't be that.
Real tennis, also called court tennis or royal tennis, is that was King Henry VIII. I don't need that. Is a racket sport that is descended from a game almost identical to the medieval tennis game Jeu de paume, Game of the Palm. Real tennis has been played since the Middle Ages, but the game has become almost completely obscured by its own descendant, lawn tennis. Although real tennis contributed its name and scoring system to lawn tennis, real tennis is now played at approximately 40 courts in the world. Real tennis is played on an indoor court with 4 irregularly sized walls using pear-shaped lopsided rackets to hit cloth balls that are much harder than those used in lawn tennis.
All right,
You know
so it's real tennis. That's what we're going for.
Or royal
Yeah.
tennis.
I like real
Royal
tennis
tennis.
better because that sets it up to be like Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters.
It does sound a lot more like Boat to be like, well, this isn't lawn tennis. This is real tennis.
I think royal tennis sounds nicer, but we can do real tennis.
I like real tennis. Let's see. I need to come up with a name.
This is Bluegrass Tomlinson, the successor to Jazz Tamarind.
No.
I really like Bluegrass Tomlinson.
Yeah, that was.
I'm a big fan.
Boats disguised himself as real tennis superstar Paul F. Tompkins.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Mr. Let's see. Mr. Ronald Orange.
Ooh.
How about
Are you
Mr.
doing fruit for every last name?
Mr.
No, that's a
I-
coincidence.
I feel like we need to recognize some of the French history of tennis.
Yeah,
Call
can you please
him-
make it Frencher?
Yeah, Laurent.
Ronald Orange.
Yeah,
Laurent.
thank you. L'Orange.
Perfect.
Ronald. Bonjour. Yes, I was wondering, can I please acquire a suitably sized accessory for my squirrely friend here?
Yeah, weirdly, I do have something that would work. She's going to shuffle through some boxes and then pull out a tiny box about the size of your palm.
Whoa.
She's going to open it, and within is going to be a tiny felt replica of the musketeer hat, similar to the one that Solinar just purchased. There is also going to be a tiny pair of boots
Whoa.
and a small capelet.
What do you think, buddy?
He puts on his little boots and his little capelet and his little hat, and he looks like a brave little musketeer.
Mm-hmm.
Or a muskrat tier, as it were.
We're gonna keep workshopping it. So
I'm
We'll take
I'm just
it.
over here trying to figure out what happened to Puss in Boots. Like, did he retire? Is he dead?
whoa,
He's a
this
cat.
squirrel is not cat sized.
Yeah, how big do you think Daquin's Stuffanutter is?
Yeah, Daquin's a professional.
Oh, so he grew out of this set. Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Standing in line behind Daquin is Bull in a little sack. little ghost.
Okay, I pick up my mushroom ghost and my squirrel and settle up, and I'm like, okay, thank you.
It feels like every time we play Dungeons and Dragons and you guys go, well, we need to get supplies on something, I always allow you guys to just drive me insane the further we go.
I come back into the store. I forgot something.
We're closed! She turns off the light, starts passive aggressively and loudly turning off the fixture light.
She said
turn off
another
the light.
45 minutes.
You turn off the light, and then, like, from out of the darkness comes a ghost because he hasn't left the store yet.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, team, it's time for us to go knock on that door.
So you guys are going to spend the night in Stratton with all of your newly acquired purchases, and the next day you set out towards Fort Greyscar. It's not too long of a journey for you to get there, but once you approach it, you realize why it's been named the way it has. The stone stands old, ominous, and cold. A gray mist seems to surround it and the area that it inhabits. It seems to come from the stone itself. There is a cold here, not sinister, but one that feels unnatural to you. The trees around you are either evergreen or leafless. The ground is patchy. There are some scars in the earth. The pathway that leads up to the front of the fort's door, which, again, there is a bridge that has lowered to allow you to cross the moat, seems to be primarily made of quartz. You make your way up to the gate beyond the drawbridge, and 2 Alarian guards are going to cross their spears in front of you, blocking your path. Who comes?
It is I, Johannes, and our traveling companions. And we are going to knock on this door.
What business do you have here?
We seek the Alarian Knights, or an Alarian Knight, or just to knock on the door.
They both look at each other. You have an audience?
We always have an audience, and that is each other. Good companions who support each other through thick and thin and listen to our stories. Even when I sometimes have ones that trail off and I don't remember how they're supposed to end.
And it is not long before you begin to hear loud echoing footsteps coming from inside the fort. It is so good to see you again!
Hot damn.
Oh, thank God. Good evening. I have been told that I should thank all of our patrons, which give us our dark and powerful energies. I would like to extend our thank yous to Andrew Lay, Caribou Puppy, Dorothy, Haley Dennis, Sarah Lavender, and Stephen W. I wish you only the spookiest of times, and be sure to eat your vegetables.
Can we cut it at hot damn?
Hot ham.
Damn!
Yeah, I love it.